Hey everybody, listening to 91.5 WUMLL. I'm DJ Rob or Max Schultz, and once again I'm joined with some wonderful comedians to talk about a show we're doing Friday, March 18th, with Alex G and Papa headlining. But today I'm joined by Tyler Tuttle and Jacqueline Wall. How are you both?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
Doing well. Jacqueline, how are you?
I am thriving.
Awesome.
Happy to be here.
This early Wednesday morning. Um, yeah, I'm psyched for this show. I'll start off with the question I ask pretty much everybody, even though I don't know either one of your answers. Normally, I know at least somebody's answer. I don't know yours. How long and for what reason have you been doing stand up?
I've been doing stand up for a little over 2 years now.
Nice.
And for what reason? Because it makes you feel so alive. It's amazing, but I've always wanted to get into it. And so I started when right before the pandemic, actually. I did a couple of months and then I did a lot of Zoom comedy. And now it's amazing being outside.
Awesome.
I sort of similar, except I didn't do any Zoom comedy. I started right before the pandemic, and then I didn't talk to another human being for about a year and a half. and then the world opened up again, and I was like, all right, let's give this a whirl.
Yeah.
I just like people staring at me. I want those sweet laughs. It's all narcissism.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of it.
If you're looking at me and laughing, but not in that really mean way, that's number one, A plus.
Not in the really mean way.
Yeah, there's a line.
Oh, there is. There's definitely a line.
You're pointing, I think, is where the line happens. Regular looking and laughing is fine. Pointing and laughing, that's a cruelty.
How about the eye rolls?
Eye roll and laughing is hard. I'm impressed at that level of disdain.
I was talking about this with some other comedians the other day, but I have a joke that I can't explain because it's not radio friendly, but I have a joke that like 50 to 60% of the time crushes, and then that other 40 to 50% of the time I get that eye roll like, what are you doing? And it doesn't seem to be like an age discrepancy thing. It doesn't seem to be a gender thing or a sex thing. It seems to just be some people are into it. Some people think I'm a lunatic.
I got an audible, what is going on at an open mic last week because I hit that 40%. It was just dead silence, and I told a very corny joke about a vampire, and so nobody laughed. One guy at the audience just goes, "What's going on?" I was a little proud of that, but also not.
Yeah, that's I would feel the same way.
Well, yeah. They felt something.
They felt something.
Bullshit is something.
That's all we're trying, make you feel something. I was gonna say that like both of you have this like, from my observation, have this like amazing ability to be rememberable to audiences. Like I've been at events with both of you and left and they've been like, man, I don't remember anyone's name, but that Tyler Tuttle guy was great, or that Jacqueline Wall girl was great. And it's impressive. Like, I think, I'll give examples, like, with Jacqueline, like, the last show we did together was also at One Broadway Collaborative, where this show is, and my father was in the audience, and he was like, he had some things to say about my set, but then he was like, man, Jacqueline was something else. And Tyler, I've seen you go on at open mics after Marlia's show, and arguably be the best comedian there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have to differentiate myself because 50% of all comedians look exactly like me. Get a beard, no one's picking us out in the lineup.
That's why I chopped mine off. Now they just think I look like
That's it.
Gray.
That's smart. I like the stash look.
Thanks.
That's extra impressive, Tyler, if you can get remembered and look like every other dude in Boston comedy.
It turns out we're all heavyset guys in sweatshirts and beards, wearing hats to trick people into thinking we're not bald.
That's why I have the long hair, to trick people into thinking I'm not bald.
You're going to have a really impressive comb over one day on the sides. No one's going to notice.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm gonna be real bummed when I start balding.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of grays though. A lot of grays, probably from comedy.
Oh, comedy's good for grays.
That'll
Yeah.
do it.
There's actually a show on June something. It was in front of me, and now it's not. But June something, I have two people with the last name Gray, spelt the same way, and not only are they not related, they've never met, and I think that's fun.
That's fantastic. Maybe they're like those motorcycle twins from the 90s.
Oh,
like
maybe.
Lost siblings.
Maybe they'll get there and be like, oh my god, it's you!
That would be great. If you found the next motorcycle twins, you could live off that.
I could.
That's what
really
Ripley
why,
did.
That's really why I'm in comedy, to live off it.
Live off it. You got to find those motorcycle twins and live off that gold.
Gold.
That's how they pay Ripley's people.
Yeah. Get into the Guinness Book of World Records, too, for something. I'm the youngest motorcycle twins or something.
Yeah, Ripley was like 80 when he found those guys, so you got time.
Yeah, it'd be great. Who were some of you guys' like inspirations or influences or people you look up to in the comedy universe? We'll start with Tyler.
I was just like Norm Macdonald ever since I was a kid. I watched a lot of SNL and I liked his Weekend Update. I like a strong delivery.
Mm-hmm.
He's and I like the indifference. Like if he knows a joke's funny and it's getting booze, he's all right. He's having a good time.
Yeah, he was great at that.
He was the best.
What'd you say, Jacqueline?
I respect that. You gotta just vibe. You gotta just have fun while you're up there, and he's amazing. You know.
Yeah.
All he was doing during Weekend Update. Just getting booze for going after the wrong celebrity of the week.
Legendary.
Yeah. Jacqueline, what about you?
I really, really admire and love Jessica Kirson. I saw her live recently, a couple months ago at Laugh Boston, and I got to sit in the front row. And when we locked eyes, I mean, of course, she's not really looking at me. She's busy making a whole room cackle. But when we locked eyes, my life changed. But she's amazing. She's really, again, someone who's just up there for herself. And you just see all of her personality right away. And I love and respect that so much. It feels like she's not putting up a front. She's just naturally hilarious and talking about her life. And it's a thrill.
Right on. I'm not familiar with her, so I'll have to look her up.
You should. It's a good time.
Yeah, I will. I love being introduced to new comedians, whether it be in person or like you should check out this album or whatever. It's a lot of fun. I don't understand. Like I'm not gonna name names because that would be mean. But I know a bunch of comedians who do that thing that they're like, oh, I can't watch comedy. It's not fun for me anymore. And I'm like, I can't imagine getting to that point. Like I love watching stand up.
Same. Even that even open mics, even anything.
Oh, same. Like I've seen really bad stand-up in my time of doing this, and I still enjoy it. It takes a lot for me to not enjoy something with stand-up.
Even the cringy moments, so fun. I just love to sit and revel in that and watch everyone else have too many feelings.
Absolutely. What were you saying, Tyler?
You guys had me up until open mics. I like comedy up until I've seen enough open mic comedy, I feel like. Even if I used to smoke cigarettes, and the only thing I miss about it was an excuse to leave a place. Like it was still polite to leave a room for like 10 minutes. And you can't do that if you're not smoking. Then you're just a jerk.
No, the trick you use is you're taking a phone call.
Oh, there it is. No one believes anyone's calling me.
See, I talk to people on the phone all the time. It's the thing I'm known for. So
gotta get into business. Maybe I'll start carrying a briefcase.
Yeah.
People will buy it. There's like, all right, that guy's definitely got a phone call. He carries a briefcase. I'm not gonna question this.
I just picture you carrying the briefcase but still wearing like the sweatpants and
oh yeah, I look like but I got a briefcase, and I won't show anyone what's inside because it's either empty or filled with like food.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a big lunchbox.
With a lock.
Yeah, I don't want anyone stealing my Danimals.
Yeah. Oh God. I do like that.
The best.
Yeah.
It was like yogurt you could drink sometimes. I remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Novel invention.
Yogurt you can drink. And then you learned you can just drink most yogurt.
Yeah, it's really just like it's thick water, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Animals experience. Like, what if water were a little bit too thick?
And you had to squeeze the container a little bit. What are some of you guys' favorite venues you've played? I'm always curious about that.
I went to somewhere in Rhode Island, which I do want to give a shout out to all the Massachusetts venues. But I went to a venue in Rhode Island where they were serving stuffed pretzels.
Ooh.
The audience was great. The show was great. But let me tell you, these stuffed pretzels, wow, that was life-changing. There was brie and cranberry inside. I didn't want to just be eating. I had to like remember my jokes. And then after I went up, eating for the whole rest of the time.
You got to hope you go up first. So you could just eat for the rest of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you want that spot.
Yeah. I'll open and pay me in pretzels.
I got paid in a gift card, so it was perfect.
Hey.
Basically, yeah, it's a pretzel with extra steps.
Yeah. Yeah. A pretzel with extra steps. That'd be like a good like folk album.
The new Mumford and Sons, if there's
a pretzel with extra steps.
I'm trying to play every Bristol I can. It's not quite interesting, but I've played 3 Bristols so far. Tennessee, New Hampshire, and I just got Rhode Island this weekend. So now any Bristol, I wanna tell jokes in it.
That's awesome.
Big or small, I want to be the Bristol authority. Boston's Bristol boy is what they'll call me.
I can't wait. Yeah, the only one of those I've played is Tennessee, and that's a great venue.
That's a really fun time. Yeah,
it is. It is.
I like.
That one's new. That's a new venue.
Yes,
Sean opened it like a year ago.
It was a pandemic open in a sense.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. Pictures from it. Oh my god.
It's great. I think Alex just played there like last weekend.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was his second time because he was there the weekend before I went too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, he and Liam McGurk were just down there. I'm hoping to get down there again later this year, but we'll see if it happens. But it's great. And I love working with Sean.
He's such a nice guy, yeah.
Sean Carter. I would suggest
not Jay-Z.
Listen to his album. I was gonna say music, but I don't think Sean does music. But his comedy is phenomenal.
No.
But yeah,
no,
I do love that venue.
I wish I remember the name of the place this Saturday because it was a nice Bristol location as well. It was Alchemy or something, but great. No, it wasn't that one. Who knows? But if you're in Bristol, Rhode Island, there's a brewery that does comedy. That's a pretty nice place somewhere in that city.
I'll have
shout them out.
I'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
Town of Bristol, Rhode Island, or city, or whatever.
Bristol, Rhode Island. There's a place that I went that had pretty good beer one time. That's a Tyler guarantee.
We'll just drive around, and once we get a good vibe, I'll know that's the one you're talking about.
I just yell out the window, beer, beer, and someone will yell back. I'm sure. It's not a big town.
Yeah, it's like Marco Polo.
Yeah. Everyone's doing it. It's honestly so annoying.
It's the peer pressure capital of the nation.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Everyone's like, come on, one more.
Yeah.
It's on their state flag.
It's on their state flag.
Yeah, so say Rhode Island is going to adopt it out of peer pressure.
Yeah. Your peer pressure.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
may I be
agreeing
so bold?
fully.
Our peer pressure.
Yeah, it's a communal peer pressure.
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
take over Rhode Island.
It's awesome.
Start small, then get all the states.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
easiest one. It's like you do that, you do Delaware, and you do Connecticut, and suddenly you got a nice little chunk. Any supervillains out there? That's a pro tip.
Super villains, we know you're listening.
Cobra commanders and whatnots. Start small. You don't gotta be flashy.
Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day. Victor Von Dooms.
Victor Von Dooms, absolutely.
Uh,
So this isn't a question I've been asking comedians a lot lately, but I'm curious because I feel like you're gonna have good answers, both of you. Other than comedy, is there like a media, like film, music, comics, like strips or whatever, that you have been like really enjoying, I guess?
I got really into Jean-Claude Van Damme movies during the pandemic.
Oh, really?
They're amazing. It was something I'd always sort of discounted. I had put him with the Steven Seagals of the world, but the muscles from Brussels, he can make a picture.
I think of my grandparents when I think of him.
They got good taste.
I guess so.
Grammy and Grampy Schultz.
I've been watching a lot of documentaries, probably every documentary on every streaming service, which is not fun. That's not a fun thing to talk about, but that's my genre because I can't focus if it's not real usually.
All right.
But I did watch all of Inventing Anna this
Ooh.
weekend. That was good because it's based on a true story, but it's dramatized, so you get the fun parts too. But it's about this woman who was essentially just hustling a bunch of businessmen all over the world and just faking that she had a bunch of money, and it went on for so long. She would just live in hotels and not put a card down, and people would trust her because she looked rich.
Oh wow, that's I didn't know the story, but that sounds awesome. That sounds like what was his name? Tyler, I feel like you'll know this piece of trivia. There was a guy who sold illegally, of course, but he pretended that he owned the Eiffel Tower, and he sold it to a bunch of businessmen for like a crazy amount of money, and then just escaped Paris and nobody found him. And then 20 years later, he did the same thing.
Twice.
I like
Twice.
the vibe I'm putting off as someone who would know that fact. Like, Tyler, he's the Eiffel Tower guy. He knows this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's his name? We know you know it.
Oh boy, Pierre.
It could have been. I used to know it, but I don't anymore. But there was like, I'm sure he's long since dead now. But in like the 70s and 80s, there was like a big like search for this guy who was like swindling businessmen out of money for selling the Eiffel Tower, and then they'd show up and they'd be like, this is owned by the nation of France. You don't own this.
D.B. Cooper's nothing compared to this guy. Why would we care about him?
Yeah. But that's a thing that happened. I recommend looking into it, but I don't know what his name was. I should know it, but maybe they did. Maybe that's it. Because they couldn't find him, they didn't actually get his name. He was probably giving a fake name. I don't remember.
I gotta get into swindling.
Yeah.
Comedy game. That's not lucrative. These swindlers seem to know what's going on. You can sell stuff you don't own. Just look rich. How do you look rich? I gotta go stare at some rich people, see what they look like.
You just buy a nice suit or rent a nice suit.
I'll just sell a nice suit I don't own. Apparently.
Yeah, there you go. Just rent stuff from Men's Warehouse, sell it for double you rented it for, and never go back.
Yeah. All right. This is welcome to Scam Talk. We're taking callers.
Yeah. I never plug it because this is a pre-recorded interview, but when Chris airs this on that Sunday, we actually do take callers. So at the time when this is live, you can call in at 978-934-4969, and Chris will talk to you. I will probably not be there because I will be away, but Chris can answer your swindling questions probably.
He's good for that.
He's good for
this
that.
guy. I haven't met. The best.
The best. I actually... can't talk about it because this will air and he won't have it yet. I bought Chris a ridiculous gift that I was going to mail him because I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, but I decided I want to see the look on his face, and I would tell you what it is, but he'll hear this and it'll be spoiled.
You can't spoil the surprise.
I can't, but it's... Actually, I can show
Well,
it
now
to
we're
you.
all invested. Oh. Ooh.
I can show
I'm
it
just going to
you.
guess.
Just don't say what it is, but I bought him this.
Ooh. That looks nice.
I mean,
What do
I
you
put it...
think?
I put it in
Sorry,
like
what
the
do you
thing
wanna
it's
see?
in. It's in a frame, but I
You're
bought him
giving
this
too much
because
away.
it's something that I think is terrible, but he thinks is great, and
$100,000 as a gift. That's so
Yeah.
nice.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's gonna love it.
I took out a
Yeah.
loan just for Chris.
And framed it.
It's
Don't
framed-
open it. It's just for show.
Yeah, this is a wall decoration only.
That's what a swindler would do. Have enough
Yeah.
money to just frame and look at.
That's
Yeah,
true.
there's
Are
all-
those fake
That front.
bills, Max? Are those fake? You
This
giving
one-
I
fake
mean, I had to,
money or
like-
really millions.
So it looked stuffed. I had to use Monopoly money, and the
Okay,
back,
yeah.
but the front's real.
Nice.
It's like 20
What a
bucks.
lucky
identify.
guy.
What a lucky guy. Yeah, money and a new Monopoly set? Crazy.
What's everyone's Monopoly piece that you play?
Ooh. I like the thimble.
Classic.
There's a little doggy I remember.
Yep,
It's
there's
been
No,
a-
that's mine. The dog is mine. Pick something else.
that's the only one I remember. It's been a minute since I played Monopoly.
Oh, I see.
What's the one Max just said? I'll take that one.
The
the
thimble.
thimble?
Swindle it. I'm swindling it out of both of you. I want all the pieces.
Oh, rats. A question I like asking is, who is your favorite Simpsons character that is not a Simpson?
Ooh. It's been a while since I've watched. I hate to say that, but Krusty. I
Ooh,
love
what?
Krusty.
A Mo guy.
Mine Sideshow Bob.
Ooh.
The whole show.
The whole
The whole
Sideshow.
Krusty experience.
Yeah. I love Sideshow Bob. I love Kelsey Grammer, even though I know that he's a train wreck, but I do love him.
Oh, Frasier was good.
Frasier was
He's
good.
one-
Supposedly we're getting a revival soon.
Without the dad, which seems questionable.
It does, but I would imagine if they're going to reboot Frasier, it's going to have to take place in a different city anyways.
I guess. I don't know.
Because
Where
we
do you
meet
think it'll
Frasier in
be?
Boston, he moved to Seattle. Maybe
Well,
like
that
St.
was
Louis now.
Cheers.
Yeah, I know, but maybe he's in St. Louis now or something. I don't know.
Niles is never going to leave Seattle.
That's true.
Oh boy, I could talk Frasier lore for days. This is a rabbit hole.
It is, and I can too. I can too. My dad was just telling me how he started rewatching Cheers, and he's like, "It's still good." I'm like, "I've been telling you that for years."
It holds up surprisingly well.
It does for a show that's been off the air for like 30 years. It's great.
Gave us Woody Harrelson and Ted Danson. Thanks, Cheers.
Thanks, Cheers. Yeah. But
Speaking of reboots, I'm hyped for Futurama's reboot coming out.
I am
next
too.
year.
Since John DiMaggio's back on.
Love it. I saw that. I'm happy everyone's gonna be there.
Yeah, I am too. I am too, and I thought when he didn't sign on at the beginning, I thought they were just gonna have somebody else play Bender,
No.
which would have been disappointing. But I read a thing this morning before we did this that said that like the plan wasn't to recast Bender. The plan was to just not have Bender at all,
Ugh,
which would have been even weirder to me. Like I would
that's a
have.
horrible idea.
It's a horrible idea. Like he's such a main character. But we don't have to worry about that. John DiMaggio's back. Whatever their qualms were, they resolved, and it's the whole cast, and I assume the same animators. Psyched.
It has to be.
Yeah, it would be too weird to have Futurama in like 3D animation or something.
Futurama babies.
Futurama babies. That's a revival I'm bummed about. Muppet Babies revival just ended.
Oh,
Which I know is crazy that me, an adult man, would be upset about the Muppet Babies ending, but I am upset about it.
I wish you could
didn't-
find the old ones.
They're
I used to
they're
watch-
somewhere. I saw them not that long ago, but I forget where they are. But they're streaming somewhere, or they were.
Well, you can't stream a lot of. I think it's only a chunk of them because a lot of them use like movie clips. Like there's like one where they're in Star Wars and whatnot, and it's weird
That's
right
true.
stuff.
That's true.
The whole season where they were just going to movies.
That's very true. I don't know.
90s cartoons, different breed. They were
Different
having a great
breed.
time.
Different breed for sure. But no, the new Muppets Babies, I love that they made Gonzo a Disney princess. That made me really happy.
For
oh.
them.
Actually, like this doesn't translate well to the show because
Audio medium.
this is an audio medium, but my girlfriend made me this for Christmas.
My favorite Disney princess is
And it's
Muppet
Gonzo.
Baby.
It's Gonzo as a princess.
That's adorable. She made that.
Or her friend made it. I don't know. She gave it to me though.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And Gonzarella is my favorite Disney princess now, even though that's not a thing most people are going to remember. But I love they made Gonzo like non-binary, and it was great. Very
You should
forward.
wear that for the show.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will wear that for Friday. Or that Friday, the 18th. Maybe I will. It's fun. I love that. I used to have a joke about Gonzarella, but then nobody saw the episode because I'm talking only to adults, and adults don't tend to watch Muppet Babies. So it never worked. But
It never ended up in my recommended queue somehow. I wasn't aware of it.
oh man. I'm just a huge Jim Henson guy, so anything remotely related to Henson I watch.
That was my growing up show.
Oh, for sure, one of mine too. That's weird. I'll edit this out, but like, I'm in the top floor of a house, like I'm in the attic, and it sounded like somebody was walking above me.
Oh, you're haunted.
So yeah, I guess that was weird. I don't know if you guys heard those like footstep sounds, but there's
It was
nothing.
the ghost
above me.
of Jim Henson.
Wait, what? The ghost of Jim
It was the
Henson.
ghost-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so.
He supports us.
I can only.
I think he
assume.
just likes walking on ceilings. It was something he
Yeah.
always wished he could do when he was alive. Now that he's
Yeah.
gone, he's walking on every ceiling in the world. He just
He's
got
just
to
really the
Max's house.
parkour now. Yeah,
Yeah, he's super hardcore as a ghost.
yeah, it's
Ghost
crazy.
Drinks
parkour sounds dope.
Yeah,
He just drinks Monster Energy and does parkour. I love it.
didn't you know the ghost of Jim Henson's crazy?
Real departure.
Yeah, real departure from anything. The last 5 minutes, 10 minutes have been a real departure. I'm sorry. That's kind of why these interviews are fun. We can just kind of talk and be casual. But I do want to plug that the show is Friday, March 18th at 10 p.m. on Broadway Collaborative. Alex Giampapa is headlining. I'm on the show. You guys are on the show. It's going to be great. I'm excited for it. And before we wrap up, because we should probably wrap up because I do have to edit this, do you guys have stuff you want to plug, like your social medias, if you have any content out there, stuff like that?
Yeah, we'll definitely come to the show. I'm excited about it. Max will be in a Gonzarella shirt, but if you'd like to follow me, I'm on all the socials at Quackwillen, my name, but with a duck, Quackwillen. And that's it really for me. How about you, Tyler?
I think Dean Koontz is pretty underrated, so I'm gonna just recommend Dean Koontz. The Odd Thomas series is pretty fun. There's one about an albino who fights monkey crime at night. I remember reading that was also fun. So I'd like to promote just Dean Koontz. I think he needs it.
All right.
No one's talking about the guy. It's all Stephen King this, Stephen King that. Let's get some Koontz love out there. So just I don't know. Think about Dean Koontz.
I'll be thinking about him all day.
That's just what I want to put out to the world. Just think about Kuntz.
Think about Kuntz.
Okay.
All
Think
right.
about Kuntz.
Yeah. And once again, the show is Friday, March 18th, which should be 5 days after this airs. So this Friday, for anybody listening, Alex G. Pop headlines, and the rest of us are on the show. And it's at One Broadway Collaborative in Lawrence, Massachusetts. And it is, I did mention this, it is also streaming. So if you are far away or I don't know, if there's some reason you can't make it, you can stream it online. And any ticket information is at onebroadway.org. Username or a website name I still can't believe he got. And thank you guys so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
All right. Have a great day, guys.
You as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.